In the modern day, a lot of technology has stagnated in innovation. We can see the iPhone is just the same phone re-released every year, and the only reason people really buy a new one is because their battery and their old one lasts about 5 minutes before you need to plug it in again. However, virtual reality is a very different scene when it comes to innovation. Each new headset offers a whole new set of features and improvements to the technology, but without anything to do on the device, what's the point in innovation in pursuing the tech any further? This is what happened to the Virtual Boy. The tech was super clunky, and there was such a small game catalog that it died out very fast and is known as Nintendo's biggest failure. This has led to a boom for developers working to adapt previously well-known game genres with the twist of being in virtual reality, to both help the industry from falling apart before it can truly take off, and so we can see what the potential of these devices really are. This quick shift to developing in VR has seen both successes in genre adaptation and some failures, which we will look at today and see if we can determine what genres that haven't been adapted yet would be good to experience in VR and which ones would not. First, I feel like I should mention one of the biggest challenges that comes with VR, which is motion sickness. Most people understand this to be caused by the disconnect between visual and physical cues of movement our brain processes. For example, let's say you're on a roller coaster in VR. Your brain is visually processing the movement as if you're flying at high speeds on a roller coaster. However, you are typically not moving your body in the scenario, and your body is telling your brain that you're not moving. This disconnect of information is what causes motion sickness. Now keep this in mind as we look at a couple different games. The rhythm game genre is a good place to look at virtual reality adaptations. For this we will compare games like Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution to Beat Saber. All of these games are meant to be played as the player doing an action that matches the beat of a song, hence rhythm games. Where Beat Saber thrives compared to the other two games is how immersive it is into the gameplay. The player is moving their whole body, not only in time with the song, but in motion with the song. This replicates dancing, but only kind of. Watching someone play makes them look like an idiot swinging at nothing, but being in the headset, you feel like you're a part of this void world trapped with blocks coming towards your face. And, added bonus, you're not required to move more than just the area of play set at your feet, so this helps with motion sickness. You're moving to the rhythm and experiencing the song. Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution don't really have the same atmosphere because you aren't put into the world. If you miss a note in Guitar Hero, you just get booed by the audience. You miss a note in Dance Dance Revolution, the people on the screen just keep dancing like nothing happened. But in Beat Saber, you miss a note, not only does it give you an audio cue, it also gives you the visual cue of a block going past you and hitting your face. The actions you perform match the game, which makes it an improved experience. Next, we have the first-person shooter, or FPS genre. The closest comparison would be CSGO to Pavlov. This genre is very competitive, holding the majority when it comes to genres that are in esports. Pavlov has some pretty big shoes to fill to be up there with the big boys like CSGO, and it falls flat. It's cool to be able to play classic maps in VR, but it doesn't work well. For starters, the movement works like using a controller in any other game, which can lead to motion sickness fast. It also lacks consistency in the gunplay. You can poke your gun around corners and shoot at people without seeing them, which does not fly as a competitive game. It's a fun novelty, but that's about it, and in 5 years people will have forgotten about it for the most part. Finally, we have the horror genre. The games I will be comparing are Five Nights at Freddy's to Five Nights at Freddy's. Can't get much better of a comparison than that. Five Nights at Freddy's VR is a great game. It checks all the boxes for a good VR game. Limited movement, enhanced atmosphere, and we get to see these places in a 3D space. But part of the appeal of the original games in the series were the secret story bits hidden throughout the game, which is missing in the virtual reality version. The VR game does have a lot of polish though. Like the first game is just a bunch of PNGs thrown together that you click on to switch between. The VR game, you can see the animatronics tower over you and creep slowly through the halls. This is a perfect example as a one-to-one adaptation of a game from normal play to virtual reality. So there are three main things that result into an adaptable game genre. The first is movement. If the movement causes motion sickness, the genre shouldn't be adapted. This means we probably won't be playing a game in the eyes of our favorite red-hatted plumber friend. The second factor of it being good for VR is if it improves the experience. Pavlov did not add anything, but a bit of nausea to the game of CSGO. The final piece is that it should still stay true to the genre it is matching. FPS games should still be competitive in nature, puzzle games should still reward the player for finding solutions. These three rules will lead to the perfect VR game, such as what we have seen with Beat Saber.